out there's a group of people that say that dragons were real. And I'll explain. The only weight that it could possibly hold is that like a few of those somehow survived much later than we previously thought.
Disturbing relics forgotten with time, and encounters so creepy you would never dare to believe. Some corners of our world are hiding terrifying secrets.
Guys, what is that? Oh my gosh.
So join us to watch the mysterious discoveries as each of them challenges reality. Nazca Mystery.
Doy gracias por esta oportunidad de ver esta.
Hidden away in the Nazca region, a researcher working in the area found something that made him stop a tiny mummy, just 23 centimeters long, unlike anything seen before. It had traits of both a human and an extraterrestrial origins, featuring elongated, thin limbs and large holes in its skull that may have been for eyes or ears. Experts believe this ancient being could reveal secrets about life forms that may have once lived on our planet or even visited from another world. Fortune's choice. Just think about finding a doll in your own backyard, but this one, it was different. Even the family cat seemed to avoid it. So the owner snapped a picture and shared it online. And instantly, theories poured in. Some claimed it was a jenglot, a strange creature from Indonesian legend that looks like a little doll. They can protect, curse, and even bring luck to the right owner, but others whispered about something else, a wingless fairy. Maybe it had lost its way, ending up in this backyard by accident, yet some just called it a doll. But with the strange way the cat avoided it, with the idea of curses and powers, one question remains. Was it really just a doll, or something more? Buried legacy. In a dusty, hidden corner, an archaeologist made an incredible find. A strange figure sealed away for thousands of years. Wrapped entirely in white linen, the mummy lay there, untouched. Around its neck, a snake-shaped necklace coiled, like it was guarding secrets only the mummy knew. And on its wrist, a bracelet glimmered, set with a rare blue stone, like lapis lazuli. Who was this figure? A royal? Or a protector, meant to shield something we still don't understand? It seemed ancient and powerful, hinting at something more than just wealth. This might just change everything we thought we knew about that ancient world. Legends awakened. In the forests of Chile's Aysén region, a local farmer stumbled into a mystery. Hidden in the shadows, he discovered something shocking. A lifeless creature, its sharp teeth bared in a fierce snarl. At first glance, it resembled a massive wild dog, but there was something off. It had a strange kangaroo-like feature. But the strangeness didn't end there. Locals reported sightings of different kinds of chupacabra in the same area. So could this carcass be a new twist on the legendary beast? Or just a random dinosaur popped up to show its prehistoric life? What do you guys think? Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Frozen Fear. On a quiet street in Tehran, locals stumbled upon something disturbing. A strange carcass lying still. Its skull looked oddly like a dog's, but the bone structure was more like a dinosaur's. People couldn't shake the feeling that this creature had been frozen in fear, as if something terrifying had happened in its last moments. Parts of its body were missing, likely taken by scavengers long ago. But maybe, just maybe, those missing pieces held secrets that would explain its bizarre appearance. This wasn't just an ancient set of remains. It was a haunting reminder of nature's dark and unpredictable side, one that left people wondering, what kind of creature once walked these streets? Divine creature. In the jungle, a hunter saw something strange. Just ahead, a creature moved with an odd rhythmic motion, but its face? Nowhere to be found. No eyes, no familiar features. Just a body covered in thin, light hairs that swayed with each unsettling step. This wasn't an ordinary animal. It felt like a mythical being, something that shouldn't exist outside of stories. Yet here it was. Do not add this spot to your bucket list because still, its identity is still not out. Chilling discovery. While hiking through the snow, a team stumbled upon a shocking sight. A strange creature lay helplessly on the ground, its eyes locked onto them. This wasn't just any animal. It was an anthropomorphic reptile, almost humanoid in shape. Its mouth was wide open. Its dark skin with eerie white cracks suggests it might have passed away long ago. Locals believe this creature was nothing but a visitor from some other planet. That is why authorities are still quiet and avoiding disclosing anything about it. Mysterious escape. Wandering along a quiet road, a traveler noticed something odd in an old wall. A small hole with a strange pink creature wriggling through. It looked almost alive, yet not quite like anything he'd seen. Its body twisted and stretched, as though it were built to squeeze through impossibly narrow spaces. Curiosity got the better of him, and he stepped closer. The creature's color was unnervingly bright, almost artificial, and it moved with an eerie fluidity. Was it some rare, undiscovered species? A mutated worm? Rumors quickly spread, but no one really knows what it was. He couldn't shake the thought that this giant creature might have come from the sewer and was now searching for a place to hide. Legend Unearthed. In Zhangjiakou City, China, villagers stumbled upon what seemed like a myth. Walking through grassy fields, they froze at the sight of a giant skeleton stretching an impressive 60 feet across the ground. Its massive skull and tiny arms reminded them of the legendary wingless dragons said to glide through the skies. These weren't the fire-breathing creatures of Western lore, but magical beings deeply rooted in Chinese heritage. Soon, crowds gathered, capturing the moment on their phones. This remarkable skeleton sparked imaginations, with hopes that it might become the star attraction of the local museum. Mysterious find. This wildlife photographer captured something strange lying on the ground. Thin limbs, a body that almost looks mummified. It feels eerie, like something from another world. The figure's twisted posture, its worn features, everything about it seems off. It's surrounded by leaves and moss, like it's been lying there for years, maybe longer. Some said it resembles a forest spirit. Others thought it might be a lost woodland creature, hidden away for ages. But the real question is, what is it? And how long has it been there, watching, hidden among the trees? Unseen presence. A fisherman brought a strange object home. At first, it looked like an old lady's shell. But as he looked closer, he noticed something unsettling. Thin antennas stuck out from its head, like a cockroach's. It almost looked like a creature copying a human skull. Sitting and moving its thin legs and antennas creepily, it seemed almost alive, and the way it seemed to look back at him, it was creepy. What was this thing? Just an object? Or something else entirely? Silent Vanish. In the forest, an explorer spotted something strange on the sandy ground. It had tentacles, stretching and twisting, but it wasn't an octopus. Not a squid either. It was something far more bizarre. Slowly, it began gathering sand around itself, pulling it close. Then, in a moment, it vanished, slipping beneath the earth. The ground looked untouched. No trace was left behind. To this day, no one knows what that creature was. But one thing's for sure, whatever it was, it didn't want to be seen. Fictional Fear. Can you believe it? A fictional character came to life! It really happened. A man was camping in the woods when he sensed strange movements around him. His instincts screamed that something wasn't right, and there it was. He stumbled upon a terrifying sight. A creature with the head of a goat appeared from the trees. Its fur-covered body appeared to be part of the dark background of the night. But those claws? It felt as if nightmares had stepped out of the pages of a story. The woods changed from a peaceful retreat into a haunting landscape. Curious beast. In the woodland, a visitor stumbled upon something unusual. There, resting quietly, was a creature. Its head was crowned with a bright red crest. For a long moment, it simply stared, its gaze ancient and oddly knowing. Curiosity sparked, and he posted a photo online. But even experts couldn't name it. Some wondered if it was more than just a reptile. With its dragon-like head and snake-like body, it might be a cross between the two. What lay before it was a mystery that defied explanation. Each glance only deepened the puzzle, leaving everyone to question the nature of this strange being. Hidden gaze. A passerby spotted something unusual, a single egg resting in the gravel. Out of curiosity, he reached down. But as his hand drew closer, he froze. There, half buried under the gravel, was an eye, and it had opened. The creature's gaze was fierce, sharp, and unblinking. It stared right through him. In shock, he dropped the egg and stumbled back. Many believed it was a crocodile, others a monitor lizard. He didn't wait to figure out what it was or why it was there. He knew only one thing. He wasn't staying to find out. Silent encounter. There, lying quietly on the sand, was a shape almost hidden in the night. A beachgoer first thought it was a white eel. As he strolled by, a light flashed over the shore. The creature lifted its head as if waking from a deep sleep. For a tense moment, it looked like nothing familiar. But then, in the soft light, its appearance became clear. It was a monk seal, a rare sight in the dark. Legend had it that monk seals were guardians of the sea, known to bring good fortune to fishermen who treated them kindly. Best to leave them undisturbed, as they bring blessings. Strange remains.
Foi encontrado dentro do rio.
Deep in the jungle, an explorer stumbled upon something odd. Lying on the ground were the remains of a creature, but not just any ordinary creature. Its body looked strange, twisted, parts scattered around, almost like it had fallen from somewhere high above. No one knew what it was. Its shape didn't match any known animal. The limbs were different, elongated. Could this be a creature yet to be discovered? Was it a rare animal? Or something that's been hiding in the jungle, unnoticed, until now? Because sometimes, what's hidden should stay that way.
Foi encontrado dentro do rio.
Jungle Phantom. You won't believe what I just heard. In the Amazon rainforest, where all those strange creatures hang out, the villagers are talking about something new. It climbed through the treetops. Its dark, shiny body shimmered in the shadows. Tentacles gripped the trunks like ropes. They called it the pine squid. Some believed it could be a guardian of the forest. Others thought it might be a sign of misfortune. It remained one of the Amazon's greatest mysteries, remaining in the minds of those who lived nearby. Strangest Watcher. In the Eastern European woodland, a hunter noticed something unnatural during his walk. A creature came before him, a bizarre mix of bat and raccoon. It stood tall, silently watching. Small, piercing eyes looked at him. This was the Vesper Coon. Legends whispered of a creature born from a cursed ritual, a fierce guardian of these woods. The hunter realized the truth. He was in scary territory. Would you have dared to step closer? At that moment, he knew he had to choose: retreat to safety or confront the unknown guardian. Forest Mystery. While strolling through a forest, an explorer caught sight of something strange among the trees. It looked like a creature, but unlike any he'd seen before. Its color was strikingly pink, and it had a segmented tail, raised as if ready to strike. Curious, he stepped closer. It looked animatronic, like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But could it be real? Once word got out, rumors started. Some claimed it was a new creature, a rare scorpion unlike any other. Others called it a hoax to frighten explorers. But to this day, no one knows for sure, and it's still out there, hidden in the trees. Mysterious transformation. One night, a driver rolled through an open field. Suddenly, he caught something strange. Hovering just above the grass was a creature shaped like a dragon, glowing in bright, unreal colors. He stared, unsure if his eyes were playing tricks. But then, in a split second, the dragon-like figure twisted and changed. What was this thing? No one knows. But one thing's certain: the place holds secrets best left unseen. Lost identity. In a dark corner of the museum, behind a thick glass case, sat something strange, an ancient mummy. But this one was different. Its face was hidden, covered by thin, worn hands. Dressed in a faded black coat, it looked unsettlingly human. People said there was something unnatural about it, that it wasn't just a mummy. Some claimed they felt its presence as if it was watching, even from behind the glass. But the real mystery? No one knew who this mummy was or why it was bound. It's as if the secrets it holds are meant to stay buried. For now, at least. Mystic creature. Walking along a road, a traveler noticed something strange, a tiny creature crossing his path. It moved slowly, each of its countless legs tapping the ground in a steady, creepy rhythm. Curious, he stepped closer. There it was, soft brown, furry, and unlike any insect he'd ever seen. This was the puss caterpillar, known for its odd, almost interesting appearance. What was this creature roaming for? Maybe it was looking for food, or perhaps it was searching for a safe place to transform. Trunk mystery. After hearing stories of strange disappearances in an infamous jungle, police decided to patrol that specific area. There they found a car standing near a tree. Curious, one of them went out to investigate the matter. Just when he raised the trunk lid of that car, he was met with a bizarre sight. Just as he leaned in for a closer look, a tiny creature jumped out from the shadows of the trunk. It started throwing things at him and made him fall on the ground. Soon, more cryptids joined him. What happened to that guy is still unknown. The whole creepy scene was recorded by a dash cam, and now that area has been sealed, unless someone could manage to capture those devilish dwarfs. Mysterious being.
¿Usted está viendo eso que yo estoy viendo?
At night, a visitor walked alone down an empty road. Then something caught his eye. A strange creature sitting high on the trees. Its presence felt unnatural, like it had stepped out of some other world, somewhere beyond ours. And it was doing something odd, almost like it was communicating with the trees. Was it a spirit or something far darker? Whatever it was, it left him frozen in place. For a second he wondered, did these trees hold special powers? But then, a warning echoed through his mind. Better to stay away. What would happen if he took one more step?
¿Usted está viendo eso que yo estoy viendo?
Winged Guardian. On a busy road, a passerby spotted something unusual, a creature perched firmly on top of a locked box. Its wings were enormous, eerie, and seemed out of place, stretching wide in the dim light. Every so often, it shifted slightly, as if ready to take off, but it remained there on the box. It didn't just look like it was resting. It appeared to be guarding something important. The box felt less like an ordinary container and more like a creature's home, where its family might be waiting inside. Unique snake. In the old ruin, a local spotted something unusual, a creature coiled tightly in the shadows. At first, it seemed like a simple animal, blending into the dust and rubble. But then he saw it. Horns, sharp, twisted horns curling from its head in a way that felt unnatural. Some say it could be an ancient guardian, left to protect the ruins. Others believe it's a cursed spirit, bound to this place after a dark ritual. There are even whispers that it might be a creature from legend, a beast drawn to these ruins by forces we don't understand. Whatever it was, the creature seemed right at home in the ruins, like it had been there far longer than anyone knew. Winged mystery. A viral video captured something truly bizarre. A cat with wings. Some viewers claimed it was a strange mutation, a rare twist of nature. Others insisted it was a mythical creature, a living legend caught on camera. Speculations ran wild. Could this cat actually take flight? Could it hunt from above, watching from the skies? This winged cat sparked endless debates and theories. It felt as though nature itself had transformed a familiar animal into something magical, like a chapter of folklore suddenly brought to life. Forgotten beast.
That is...
In a forest, something strange hid among the trees. At first glance, it looked like a half-buried pile of old bones, a creepy sight that gave everyone an uneasy feeling. When the explorers got closer, they realized it was no ordinary structure, but the ancient carcass of a dinosaur, long decayed and broken down over centuries. Authorities were informed, and they quickly sealed the area, thinking exploring it more. They think this area might become a place of deep study to learn more from the past.
That is...
Jungle nightmare. Deep in the jungle, a hunter moved quietly, tracking his prey. Then he saw something up ahead. A cat, but not just any cat. A mutated one, with two tails moving in the dark. But then, something even stranger happened. Right before his eyes, the cat began to shift, twisting, morphing, into a strange, unsettling creature. This wasn't just a cat. It was the legendary shapeshifter itself. And now its secret was exposed. One thing was clear. The hunter had stepped into its domain. Chilling scene.
Nah, just put my boot next to it. Fucking cleaning, huh?
While tracking animal paths, a wildlife explorer found something unsettling. Buried under the sand were large animals, lying still as their bodies were lifeless. But it wasn't just the bodies that were strange. Odd footprints surrounded them, laid out in patterns that made no sense, almost like a code. When he asked around, locals were unable to explain. As rumors spread, these tracks soon became a part of local legend, strange footprints haunting every story. Some say it was the work of the chupacabra. Others blame giant cryptid. The real truth? Still unknown.
Nah, just put my boot next to it. Fucking cleaning, huh?
Mysterious sighting.
Check this video out. This looks pretty crazy.
An adventurer wandered along a beach and his camera captured something strange. There, on a rocky peak, a massive shadowy figure stood tall, unmoving. It looked almost like Bigfoot, or perhaps something beyond belief. For a few seconds, it didn't move. just watching, as if guarding some hidden mystery within those mountains. Locals have whispered about this mountain for generations, trading stories of shadowy figures and strange sounds echoing in the night. To them, these mountains aren't just land, they're sacred, home to legends that protect their town.
Check this video out. This looks pretty crazy.
Creeping dread. In a grassy field, a farmer noticed something he'd never forget. There, on a blade of grass, a bug moved strangely, as if it were being controlled by something unseen. Was it really alive? Or was another force making it move? The unsettling truth soon began to unfold. The farmer discovered that a fungus called cordyceps had invaded the bug's mind. This wasn't just a weird sight, it was the beginning of a nightmare. The fungus would soon grow from the bug's body and spread across the field. If that happened, it could make the land infertile, ruining his crops. Nature held dark secrets, and he was just beginning to see how scary they could be. Lost species.
¿Y el tamaño de...? Esos son brazos, esos no...
In the woods, locals stumbled upon something shocking. Lying there was a carcass, unlike anything they'd ever seen. Its fingers were long, almost human-like. Its spine jutted out in sharp spikes, giving it an eerie, unnatural look. Whispers started quickly. Could this be a chupacabra? The legendary creature is known to drain its prey, leaving no trace but fear. If one of these creatures was found here, how many more might be lurking, hidden by the trees? Just waiting. Locals have started avoiding the woods, unsure of what might be watching from the shadows. Would you dare to go in, or leave whatever's in there undisturbed?
¿Y el tamaño de...? Esos son brazos, esos no...
Kana mystery. A video from Kana has sparked a wave of panic and curiosity. The footage captured a bizarre creature whose identity is unknown and left everyone wondering. Social media lit up with the question, what's happening in Kana? Rumors spread, raising even more questions. Scientists stepped in to investigate, with some experts suggesting it might be a genetic mutation or failed scientific experiment, and someone left it here to survive. But no one could say for sure. The officials insisted the footage was real, and that was what unsettled the community the most. Shadows of fear.
Hija su pinche madre.
One evening, a farmer noticed something strange. A shadowy figure gliding over his field. The figure moved without a sound. It was weird and unnatural. And then, he saw it. This was no shadow. It was a bruja, a real witch. Without thinking, he ran. He didn't dare look back, terrified of what might happen if he did. Now, he warns everyone to stay away from that field at night. I bet he won't be able to sleep for many nights, haunted by the image of that witch.
Hija su pinche madre.
Predator's dream. A man went camping in the deep jungle, hoping to enjoy some peace, but what he found was far from calm. He saw what he thought were spirits hiding among the trees. But when he looked closer, his heart sank. These weren't spirits, they were zombies. Their eyes were hungry, staring right at him. They moved slowly, but it was clear they wanted to make him one of them. He felt a rush of fear. Would he escape? Just then, the video ended suddenly. What happened next? The silence left everyone wondering if he got away or not. Watchful shadows. Late at night, the locals went to the abandoned house and noticed something strange. There, in the dim glow, stood a figure, pale and human-like, but not quite right. The scary part, its eyes. They were huge, dark, and unblinking, locked onto the camera. The room felt different, as if the house itself had shifted into something sinister. It appeared as if this house now belonged to an alien or a cryptid being. The shaky video ended as he ran. Ever since, that haunting incident has been a reminder of what might still be out there, watching and waiting for him. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. You might be familiar with stories of dragons from ancient myths, but this one has an unexpected turn. On March 3, 2016, a guy exploring the forests of Spain made a shocking discovery of what appeared to be dragon remains. Nestled in the sand, the massive carcass, a relic of a world long gone. He quickly called experts to the scene for analysis, and their eyes widened in disbelief as they examined the enormous remains. On the other spot, by the Manu River in Tripura, a fisherman stumbled upon a lifeless creature lying on the riverbank. Its carcass was eerily similar to the one found in Spain. Both discoveries left a haunting feeling that these two might be connected. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.